Welcome to Wisdom Wednesday number 60. Life-supporting actions create positive experiences. Question. I'm trying to change my bad karma by doing good actions now. I hope my future will be a better experience for me. How can I know that good action will give me good results? I feel I am cursed with ongoing bad experiences. Okay, so the law of karma is that whenever you do a so-called bad action, I would say an unconscious action, you're going to reap the fruit of that unconscious action. So, and that is the law of karma. And in the same way, you will do good, or I call life-supporting actions or conscious actions, and then you'll get the result of that. So as you sow, so shall you reap. So the actions that you want to cultivate would be called sattwic actions. And they are of the three gunas. And sattwic actions are actions where you are conscious, aware that your intention is to bring love and light and compassion and understanding, that you do it with full awareness that there is a oneness state that we already are, but we need to cultivate in this world of duality. So whatever actions you do will reflect the state of divinity. And that is the beauty about the practice of sattwic actions, or we can call them dharmic actions. Dharma is anything that comes, that's in alignment with the source, and the qualities of the source on this dualistic field would look like love, compassion, understanding, truth, reality, clarity, bliss. And so you will experience all of these qualities when you practice life-supporting actions. And the life-supporting actions are not only on a physical level, but they're also on the level of your speech, on the level of your thought. So you need to practice sattwic thinking. And what is that? It's the opposite of judgment. It's compassion, trying to understand, openness, receptivity. These are sattwic ways of thinking. And sattwic speech would be that you are thinking about the other that you're speaking to. So you are life-supporting in the way that you communicate your truths so that it's supportive of them as well as yourself. And the sattwic actions that you do, the speech and the thoughts, should also apply to yourself. You need to include yourself in this. Like, how are you going to be more life-supporting for yourself? So one thing we need to practice here is something called Ahimsa. Ahimsa is non-violence. And so when you start practicing non-violence, you will start to reap the fruits of life-supporting actions. So non-violence is the first injunction of the yamas, and the yamas is the first limb of the 8 limbs of yoga. So it's the very first one, and the last limb is called samadhi. So samadhi can only be the result of you practicing life-supporting actions. So the work here is for you to look at your life and see how you are still harming life, destroying life, ignoring life, denying life, suppressing life, burning, cutting, anything that would take life from its present state. And that goes across the board, like the food you eat, the insects that you may swipe or hit or kill. You will not, if you're in the state of unity consciousness, it would not happen for you that you would want to deliberately take life. It may happen accidentally, but if you're really conscious, it probably wouldn't even happen accidentally because you're super aware. And what you're aware of is the interconnectivity of everything. And we're so interconnected that the spider is yourself. The spider is an extension of yourself. If you can see the spider, if you know that the spider is present, that is an extension of yourself. So this is what the problem is that most people have, and perhaps yourself, is that you never saw how you were connected with the actions you did. And now when you see that it's all me, then how would you want to destroy, cut, or hurt yourself? So this is sattwic, this is dharmic. These are actions that are life-supporting. It's coming from that awareness that life is all there is. And to be unconscious to life is called adharma, or would be called ahimsa, to kill life or to take life. So you need to look at your life, see where even in the place where you're unconscious, now become conscious, and then take actions to support that where at one time you did not support it. And you will find that every action that you do in a sattwic way, in a life-supporting way, will, in turn, you will experience more joy, love, harmony, brightness, clarity. Your life will start to run more smoothly. It's just the law of karma. As you sow, so shall you reap. You will reap the fruits of that which you sown. So it is all interconnected. These qualities that you will start to experience is simply an expression of the divine. So the divine, with going outside of the field of the three gunas, which is tamas, rajas, and sattva, you wouldn't have any real expression of the divine. So when the divine comes down into the field of duality, it would look like sattva. It would look like all life-supporting actions. So you need to practice nonviolence until the point where you start to see that it's all me everywhere, and you wouldn't even think of taking life in any way because you would be taking your own life. And the practice will lead you to going beyond the gunas and going beyond sattva, going beyond life-supporting actions even. And what happens there is that in there's no karma, because the moment you take an action, you are immediately receiving the fruit of that action because you're in the field of oneness. There's no time and space dimension. When you're in duality, there's a separation, me and the divine, or me and the other, and that's separated by time and space. But when you're in the consciousness of oneness, that it's all me everywhere, there is no later, there is no future, and there's no past, because it's all happening now in me. It's me experiencing me all the time. And if you're feeling like you need a little support, then perhaps a teacher who is a living example of sattva in this field, you can learn from this teacher, just be around this teacher, and you'll see how a person who's living in a vision of oneness, how they behave here on this planet of duality. And then this teacher will give you the opportunity to experience and to experience, to contemplate, to understand, to evolve into that state of oneness. Then your karma will become more sattwic, and you will reap the fruits of these sattwic activities. And that's it for today's Wisdom Wednesday. See you next time. Bye.